At midnight, everything expires. It's a new day. Midnight sounds expired, new day. How'd you do yesterday? Like, I don't even remember. Perfect. Today's a new day. Let's get today. Like, that's over. That expired. Dude. That's like old milk. Like, you ever drink old milk? Oh, it tastes so nasty. I'm like, this expired. Your successes and maybe the things that didn't go as well, those are over. It's expired, or even after the next round, like they could be taking a VP round and they just crush the ball over the fence. And I'm like, man, that was a good hit, but that expired. Like, be a good teammate. Help this guy that's hitting right here. It's over. The homer's done. Help this guy. This is what's next. Help your teammate. You ain't playing anymore. He's up right now. Encourage him. Like, just to try to get into that mindset of like good and bad. Like, I can just flush it, move on. And when we're just harboring things.
I love that, coach. Let me ask you though, personally, is that something that came easy for you? Is that something you struggled with? Is that something that you're still working on? Like, what's your relationship like with being able to reflect, refocus, and then move on?
Yeah. I just think, having grown up, the way I've grown up, I've had to learn this as a kid, you know. Um, if something didn't happen good with our family or me in sports, or I've just had to learn how to move on. And I really believe that all of us have two to three like spiritual gifts in us. And I have this gift of encouragement. Like, that is my gift. And when I'm at my best, I'm using that. So it's like I continue to use it. I keep trying. I keep, investing in others. And it's been a work in progress. And whenever something negative happens, I immediately try to replace it with a positive. And I believe that's how Satan works. Like, he's going to try to get us. If he can distract us, if he can discourage us, if he can create separation, if he can, do any of that, like, he's got us. So I try not to let him win that battle of what I would tell our team, the battle of our mind, the battle of
I,
our mind. And I think that's super important.
yeah, I like what you're
Yeah.
saying about, sorry to jump in there. I like what you're saying about when I'm at my best, this is what I'm doing. When I'm at my worst, this is what I'm doing. As a mental performance coach, that's what I do with athletes all the time. But to do that
Yes.
as a coach, what a great exercise as a coach. When I'm at my best as a coach, what's my body language look like? What are the things I'm saying? What are the things I'm doing? When I'm at my worst, what does that look like? Let's get really clear on that. I think one of the things that is important is that if we're asking the players to go through an exercise like that, and I'm kind of speaking to myself here, that let's
Yeah.
have the coaches go through that as well and really identify success leaves clues, so does devastation. So to me, it's important to identify when you're at your best, what does it look like, sound like? When you're at your worst, what does it look like, sound like? Let's create some awareness first, and then we can start attacking because we can't change anything that we're not aware of.
Yes. I think, the whole self reflection and then what to get our guys talking, I think is so crucial. Like, just to get them talking. Like, I can't tell you how many times I said, hey, what helped you today? And what so we did a drill. I'll share this with you. We set up a hitting rotation downstairs in our cages where we're really going to challenge our guys. So I told them the story. I just said, hey, at the very end, I said, hey, what challenged you today? Now, how did you view that challenge? Did you view it as like an opportunity or an obstacle? So I told them the story about this shoe salesman. There was this guy that owned a company, and he needed somebody to sell shoes for him. Well, he was trying to get somebody that would sell shoes to this island. So he puts an ad in a newspaper, and he puts the ad in the newspaper and explains, "Hey, shoe salesman, if interested, call this number." This one guy calls him, says, "I'm interested." He interviews him. He goes, "Good," and he says, "All right, here's the deal. I need you to show up to the dock at 10 o'clock, and there's going to be a boat. It's going to take you to this island." Okay. And at 4 o'clock, be back at that dock, and the boat's going to take you back. And it should take you about an hour by the time you can get back here, but be at that dock at 10 tomorrow. Come back and see me. You should be back here around 5.